Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got a white paper review for you here. It is a game that just launched recently. It looks pretty neat, especially if you're into the fighting, breeding style game. It's called Monster Fight. We'll go ahead and dig through the website and the white paper. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the NFTs in here right now, so I can't dive into the gameplay. I do apologize about that. Maybe here in the near future I'll do a gameplay review, but I wanted to get this out here because I think it's a little bit under the radar, and I think it could potentially fit into a lot of people's portfolio, if you say, with NFT games. So before we dive in there, let me go ahead and do the normal caveat. And disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please, 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 please do your own research before you jump into any games. Don't take my word for it. I'm a gamer, a YouTuber, but I only look at my personal situation. So do your research, look at your situation, make sure it's right for you. All right, let's go ahead and dive in here. This is a three versus three monster arena style fighting game. It's neat because it has a lot of things that you can jump into right away. It's got the aspects of eggs and hatching and then taking those monsters and breeding together to continue to make more and more monsters. So it's got a lot of neat aspects to it. What I wanted to do is quickly scroll through this website, then we'll dive into the white paper. These are some of the monsters. I think there's a total of 100 plus different types of monsters that you can get by hatching eggs, and there's a number of different styles of eggs out there. They have breeding, as I mentioned, hatching, adventures, which is PvE. They have PvP, and then you have skills leveling up, and their one token is this MoFi token. So let's go ahead and jump into the actual white paper itself, and then quickly go through that. As I mentioned, they do have the PvP aspect. This is where you need three monsters in order to play. You go ahead against another group of monsters and try and battle it out. It's a turn-based style of game. So what that means is you get a turn, they get a turn, and so forth, based on your skills that you have there. You can use candies to help basically purchase upgrades, extend your play. So let's also jump over the PvE aspect. This is where you're basically doing similar styles of fights or adventures, they call it, the adventure mode. Um, what you're doing here is you're going against the computer basically, and you're earning experience, which levels up your monsters. There's a cap of 25 leveling up. You earn the token, which is MoFi, they may say it's a different way. I just said MoFi because it makes sense, and then potentially other rewards down the road. The two key things is you're getting the token and you're basically leveling up, which we'll show you here in a second. As you get level up your monster, you actually get more rewards from it, and so forth. And I'll actually jump over that now. The leveling is pretty straightforward. It starts off pretty low to level up. And as you get higher, just like any game, it takes a lot more and a lot more and a lot more to the point where it takes 5,000 to go from 24 to 25, which is a big gap, but it makes sense as you go leveling up. Currently, as I said, the cap is 25. As you level up, this is where the rewards actually increase. So if you anywhere between 1 and 5, you're only getting zero point 0.1 of the token, and 10 experience points, which early on isn't too bad. You basically win 5 fights, you're level 2, and so forth. Um, but when you get in the 21 to 25 range, that's when you're getting a lot better rewards. You're getting one token every single time you win, plus the experience points does go up, which is nice. A lot of games, the experience you earn doesn't necessarily go up, so it's neat that that happens. It kind of offsets the extra cost of the higher levels. In addition to that, you're going to go ahead and each of your monsters is going to have different attributes. Basically, the rarity, the class, the parents, and the parents come into play with the breeding, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, in about a second. Here's a good screenshot of what you're looking at as far as the different skills and the different components of each of the characters. And I say characters, I should say monsters. And then when we're going as far as the hatching goes, this is the neat aspect. I like this part of it. Not necessarily the hatching, because the hatching takes 21 days standard, which seems rather painful for me. I guess as you continue to breed and you continue to get more eggs out there, I guess I could see that. It just seems a little bit long from my perspective. I could see a couple days. I feel like if I was waiting 21 days, I might get bored. They do have speed up bonuses, or a way to speed it up. If you have an incubator, it's 10.5 days, which still seems kind of long to me. But it may make sense in the gameplay. Again, I apologize. I don't actually have access to play. So it may make sense in there. So if you are playing this game, go ahead and comment down below what your thoughts are of the actual the hatching process itself. Does it seem long if you're playing? It seems kind of long to me. I'm more from the Dragon Valley side, where it takes a day or 24 hours, I should say, to hatch the lowest level egg. So let me know. Let me know. There are a number of different types of eggs that are out there. You have the Genesis eggs, which is the first ones that are out there. If you I checked the market, I didn't see any out there. If you have a chance to get the Genesis eggs, grab them. They're not going to be making anymore, and you'll see here shortly. I'll show you some of the bonuses or the skills that are only available from monsters out of Genesis eggs. Then they have the other eggs. These are eggs that you get out of packs. You get out of you can get on the secondary market. Go ahead. Oops, that is not what I wanted to look at. Genesis eggs. These are what I'm talking about as far as the Genesis eggs goes. Actually, yeah. It shows the different rates. Orange is basically the lowest. I say the lowest as far as the highest chance to get commons. I'm sorry, reverse that. Blue is the lowest, the highest chance to get commons. Sorry, I misread that. And then it goes up as far as the tiers go, and obviously you want the highest percentage to get these as far as the top tier levels. Breeding themselves, again, they breed standard. It takes 21 days. The more times you breed, the more expensive it's going to be. And then in addition to that, you can only breed 7 times before you're done. That monster is done breeding. I'll show you here in a second what there are. Um, Basically, if you breed a common with a common, you most likely are going to get a common. As the rarities go up, you actually have a better chance at getting the higher rarity ones. This is one of the menus that's in there as far as hatching eggs goes. These are unhatched means that they haven't even started the process. Hatching started the process, and obviously hatched is the process is complete. This is the other thing, the rarities that I wanted to show you as far as breeding goes. Um, Basically, if you breed a legendary and an epic, you have the highest chance of getting another legendary. The rate's still low, but that makes sense. You don't want to flood the market with legendaries. But this just gives you an idea of what your chances are at getting certain rarities. So obviously, you want to breed the highest rarity with another high rarity. Um, each one, the skills depend basically based on the rarity that comes out and the egg that it's coming from. This is what I was referring to. This column here uh, is basically these skills are exclusives to things that are monsters that are coming out of the Genesis eggs. So you can just see here, for example, they're all like the grand tier, the legendary tier, and you can see the much higher percentage. Obviously, the skills are better when you come out of Genesis. So if you have a chance to get a Genesis, go grab those before they're all gone, because they will not. Basically, they won't be doing those again. They're going to be doing the next generation uh, eggs next, which won't have the as good of stats. All right, I'm not going to go through all these. You can scroll through those. Those are all in the white papers. You can dig through that. I wanted to talk about the token. There is only one token in game right now. I'm not the biggest fan of one token games. It seems at least the rewards for fighting isn't like you're getting 30, 40, 50 tokens. So it is a lower reward, which I think will help the overall value as long as they continue to have burning mechanisms. I know with breeding, you need to pay a certain amount of the tokens, and it's not cheap. I think the first breed was like 50 tokens, if I remember off the top of my head. Uh, so it's not cheap. So that will help sustain the token itself. I just and I from past experience, single token games tend to have not as good results as multi-token games. The good thing that they're doing is they're already planning on multi-chaining this, which we see from things like Alien World. Uh, as soon as they went on Binance, it sustains the value of the token and helps just keep it alive. And I think that's good that they're already planning that out, which is going to be great. The roadmap, they don't have anything on there. NFT drops, they had already talked about this. I guess I'm going to jump over here to see if there's anything that I missed on the website. Um, Tool sheds. This is another thing I didn't see in the white paper. I think this just basically helps you improve your different monsters by adding these. There are a number of them available. Um, Let me just quick go through because I did briefly look for that earlier. No, they don't have anything in here. Um, Go ahead and down below what I believe the tool sheds are is they help you prove basically these gnomes they help your monsters and they basically improve their fighting skills. Comment down below if you do know that off the top of your head. I, just taking a look through here. Yeah, this is just showing I don't have any at work, but I think it improves the skills for your monsters. What are my overall thoughts? My overall thoughts are it looks like a very, very interesting project. Something that I may take a deeper look into the future. I'm not a fan. The two things I'm not a fan of is the long hatching times for the eggs. I think that's too long. I would lose interest. The other thing I don't like overall, but I think they have a good burning mechanisms around it is the single token, which I mentioned earlier. The things I like about it, I love the breeding, I love the hatching of the eggs, the fighting style. You need three, which is a little harder for new players, but it sustains. And then the breeding, both the breeding has available, but it also has a cap, so you just can't continue to breed and breed and breed. So there's a lot of good things about this. Something you should definitely check out if you like the arena style fighting games. Um, Definitely take a look. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all again tomorrow. Thank you.